The necromancer god, in a last-ditch effort to seize victory, unleashes an unexpected weapon, the power of reincarnation magic. In a world where magic is an integral part of life, a legendary hero fearlessly strides through a group of soldiers who tremble with fear. In the depths of a dungeon, a series of magic circles materialize weapons that are hurled at the soldiers, reducing them to nothing in a matter of seconds. Upon receiving word of the hero's arrival, the captain orders his troops to retreat, knowing that they stand no chance against the necromancer. The hero's legend is widespread, as he is the church's covert weapon, having narrowly evaded death on countless occasions. Undeterred, the hero marches on, determined to face the creature lurking in the fog-filled chamber ahead. A legendary hero, Shagrua, renowned for his ability to crush calamity-level monsters, is preparing to face off against the corpse god necromancer in what promises to be a battle of the century. As the corpse god unleashes black lightning upon him, Shagrua easily deflects it. His support team is in awe, as they have never witnessed such power. The outside world trembles in anticipation as the corpse god continues to summon the dead, threatening the balance of the world. The hero utilizes magic to enhance his speed and charges towards the god. The two engage in battle, with the hero seemingly at a disadvantage as the god can quickly regenerate. Using the same magic as before, the god launches swords at the hero, but he easily evades them. With a standstill in the battle, the god collects the souls of the dead into a massive ball and draws it towards himself, causing the soldiers to lose their will to fight. The souls descend as if to offer sustenance to the god, further complicating the hero's already difficult task. The god pulls bones together, and as they pass through a magic circle, summons a death wyvern. However, the hero is prepared for this, and he uses his enormous magic sword to slice it in half. The support group is aware that the legendary hero must emerge victorious, or else the corpses will devour the world. Despite their uncertainty regarding the hero's chances, one girl remains confident that he will succeed. She firmly believes that he cannot fail. Just as the hero appears to gain the upper hand, the god uses his necromancer magic to assemble a horde of skeletons for the hero to contend with. Nonetheless, the girl's will refuses to waver. She knows that the hero will not die, and his eyes change color as he recalls his past. With each battle he has fought, every village that has been destroyed, and every person who has lost their life in his name, the slain souls curse the hero. The evil eye is a power that allows its wielder to see the souls, or shades, of the departed. The evil god also possesses this ability. Most who bear the evil eye flee to the church for their entire lives, or take pleasure in manipulating the shades and become necromancers, like the corpse god. The hero uses fire magic, but it proves ineffective against the horde of skeletons, forcing him to switch to close combat. However, the sheer number of skeletons overwhelms him. He decides to use his magic to jump high and unleashes a massive fireball towards the ceiling, burying the god and the skeletons beneath it. He lands a hit on the god, revealing its true form, a jar of brains. The god sees all life as mere playthings, taking pleasure in the resentful wails from the souls he has killed. The hero understands this, but he knows that he is not like the god. While people continue to kill each other, the evil god takes on the role of the Grim Reaper, amassing piles of corpses. Suddenly, the god summons a series of sigils, which confuses the hero, as he does not recognize the spell. The god is prepared to end their battle once and for all. In response, the hero gathers all of his power and receives additional support boosts. He leaps towards the god, piercing his spell, slashing through it and creating a massive explosion that clears the sky. The hero's mind suddenly becomes clouded, and he struggles to recall the events of the battle. It turns out, in their final confrontation, the corpse god used reincarnation magic. He struggles to gather his bearings, feeling disoriented and weak. The wound on his body adds to his discomfort and difficulty in speaking. The surroundings are completely unfamiliar to him. The walls, the flooring, everything is different. Gradually, he manages to get up and follow the source of light. He steps out into a bustling street, lined with unfamiliar buildings and people. The sheer novelty of it all leaves him awestruck, and he stands there, taking it all in. Suddenly, a drone catches sight of him, and its operator, a hitman, is stunned to see the boy alive. He quickly informs his team that their mission has failed, even though he had confirmed the boy's death earlier. The hitman is just as perplexed as the boy, and he puts his team on standby. The hitman is puzzled by how the boy can move around normally, despite having a slit throat. The architecture and writing in this place are completely foreign to the boy. As he examines the footage, he detects no signs of magic, and wonders where he could be. Looking out at the bustling city, the boy is fascinated by the sight of people living their lives in peace and happiness, and concludes that this must be a land without conflict. But as he remembers his own world, he can't help but worry about its future in his absence. As the police officers approach him, Polka feels confused and disoriented. He struggles to understand their language at first, but soon starts to piece together what they are saying. Drawing upon the linguistic information stored in his new body's brain, he manages to communicate that he is okay and introduces himself as Polka. Noticing the blood on his clothes, the officers become concerned. Just then, a girl suddenly leaps on his head, overjoyed at the sight of him being alive. She takes hold of his hand and pulls him away from the bewildered officers. Polka has no choice but to follow her, feeling overwhelmed by the strangeness of it all. They rush through the alleyway, and when they stop, the girl asks Polka if he remembers her, introducing herself as Misaki. As Polka's memories slowly return, he recognizes Misaki's smiling face from his past. Suddenly, she lifts him up, shakes him, and throws him into the air, confirming that he's warm and alive. Polka thanks her, but before he can finish, she draws out a bloody crowbar, revealing that she was his original killer. Misaki is bewildered by how Polka is alive after jamming the crowbar through his neck earlier. As Polka recalls the memories, he realizes that Misaki is indeed the killer and dashes away. As he watches the events unfold, the hitman is left questioning why someone would order a hit on a mere 16-year-old boy. Nevertheless, he knows that a job is a job, and that this time, the boy better stay dead. Otherwise, he won't receive his payment. Just running away takes all of Polka's strength. He struggles to sense any magical elements in the air or communicate with any spirits. The body he inhabits has little to no magic, rendering him unable to even heal his flesh wound. However, he knows that a fatal injury could result in his permanent death. Misaki tracks him down, and Polka attempts to evade her. She compliments his agility, and even seems to enjoy the pursuit. Polka can predict her movements, but is limited by the body's capabilities. He gazed upon the peaceful world he yearns for, but Misaki's dagger lands a blow, stopping him. Despite the setback, Polka refuses to succumb so easily. Misaki is impressed by his resilience, and even feels intimidated for the first time. If she's not cautious, she may find herself falling for him. Polka cautiously steps into a dimly lit room, uncertain of its purpose. Misaki, following close behind, reveals that it was once a notorious execution site for the Yakuza and one of her favorite places. According to local lore, the area is haunted by ghosts and gangsters, deterring most people from venturing close. As Polka settles down, he calmly confirms that he can see them, even with this body, for the evil eye is a power of the soul, not just the eyes and brain. Misaki is baffled by his words, but Polka advises her to value life more. Drawing power from the surrounding souls, Polka creates a massive sigil, while Misaki lunges at him. In response, Polka summons a gigantic hand that instantly slays her. The hitman observes the entire spectacle through his drone. In his old world, the legendary hero stands tall as the brain in the jar, also known as the corpse god, is finally defeated. He is certain that God's spell took effect moments before the god's demise. It was teleportation magic. Although he could see the god's soul, it vanished too quickly for him to be sure if he truly succeeded in slaying the necromancer god. The supporter informs him that the church has sent a report, and all traces of God's soul have disappeared. With this, he can be sure he saved the world. Polka regains his memories and has finally realized that he is not the reincarnated hero, but in fact, the corpse god. He expresses his gratitude towards Misaki for leading him to a place filled with magical power, where he can finally obtain a peaceful life. He plans to become the true Grim Reaper in this new world. He wants to continue his battle with his assassin until he realizes the fact that she's dead and isn't pretending to sleep. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this.